Over the past 30 years, I've ridden many rides, some good, some bad, some amazing, incredible, some really poor, which I tend to avoid if we're located in the UK and we're visiting the park. Rides from all over the world, rides that travel, rides that are permanent. I've been on loads. Now, not just roller coasters, we are talking flat rides, dark rides, water rides, interactive rides as well. And we want to have a look today at some of the worst rides I've been on. I've had a really close think of this list. They're not all in this country, to be fair, and the ones you're seeing now are some highlights that didn't make the top 5. So I'm just going to have a look at the top 5 rides that I tend to avoid when I hit theme parks and fairs here in the UK. Coming in at number 5. Now, fortunately, there aren't that many of these around, but we used to have one very close to us, and that's just effectively a pin Veralupa. These things are horrible machines, absolutely horrible. On our recent trip to Southport, I let Kurt go on this, just wasn't interested whatsoever. They are just head banging, they are rushed. I understand they are quite cheap, they're quite easy to maintain, that's why they're really popular at theme parks. But for me, it's just an absolute no. I'm really pleased that Hang Island replaced theirs with Wild Mouse, wherever upset people were, and Turbo here at Brighton Pier, arguably the worst example I've ever been on. Avoid them at all costs. Number 4, Laser Raiders. Not going to be a popular choice, still operating at Legoland. I just find this ride completely pointless. Absolutely pointless. You know, we've got other interactive rides in Jewel and Toon Blast, which I know people don't particularly like, but you know, it still feels like they have a bit of a story, feels like they have quite a lot going on to them. They have a lot more targets as well. I know this one's a little bit more interactive, but I just find this mind-numbingly boring. I do still go on it, the children like to go on it, just not enough to do. The rooms are quite small, the animatronics aren't great, the actions aren't great. I just find it really pointless. So I try and avoid it. Talking about pointless, another non-popular opinion is Rita at Alton Towers. The Intamin launch coaster opened in 2005.
All you got. Make sure they're good ones. Like being launched from 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds on the new Rita Queen of Speed ride at Alton Towers.
This is what the advert proposed to us. We're going to create some memories.
You might need them someday.
Yeah, they're just not ones I've returned to. Launching into a corner at 60 miles an hour on a really boring layout. I had no idea when Stealth opened the year after what Alton Towers were thinking of this roller coaster, but it's not one I go on. I don't queue for it. If it's walk on, I still don't queue for it. Number 2, Saw the Ride. Now I know this definitely splits opinion, and Saw the Ride, the Gerstlauer, was the steepest roller coaster in the world at one point. And don't get me wrong, the theme is incredible. I love the Saw theme, really do. I like the Saw movies, even the most recent ones. I find them quite clever the way they're put together. Yeah, there's a lot of gore. Yeah, there's horror attached to it. But I was really excited when I found out this was going to be Saw the Ride. As you can see from the advert there, it built up tension and everything, and the theme on the inside is brilliant. I love the inside bit of the track. I just thought it's brilliant. And then you go up the lift hill, and then you come down from the lift hill, and you hit that jolt at the bottom. We've said about the jolt in our vlogs, we've said about the jolt many times on website. That jolt at the bottom is absolutely inexcusable, and it's, people say, oh, there's a comfortable seat, there's a comfortable area to sit. I'm sorry, there's not. That jolt can be felt. Sometimes it gives me a really bad headache. It can jolt my shoulders, my back. I don't understand why it was never sorted out, how the ride was open, but because of that only, number 2, Saw the Ride. The number 1 actually doesn't come from this country. It comes from Spain, in Benidorm. Terra Mythica, or home for Magnus Colossus. And this was really, apart from the Blackpool ones, my first wooden roller coaster outside of Blackpool. Now, bearing in mind the Blackpool roller coasters aren't the smoothest in the world. I was kind of expecting a much better experience from this, but this has to be the most uncomfortable experience I've ever had on a ride. Ever had on a ride. From going up the lift hill, nice and smooth, you can see it on the left there, and then you kind of come down the mountain. The setting for it is beautiful. It's got quite a nice station as well, and the setting is beautiful. The cars, they're a little tight, and they really play on you as you start to go around the track. So the first drop, it's got like a little hop in it, so it's kind of like a double drop before going over the bank turn here, as you can see, round and down. But the rattling, the vibration is something else. And when you hit these sharp bits on these corners, your legs are thrown from left to right. The restraints aren't that comfortable. Whilst they're only lap bars, they really weren't that comfortable. And I actually came off this with blood coming down my leg and bruises and various other cuts and bits as well. Horrid. It is actually standing but not operating for the last couple of years. I'm kind of not surprised. I don't think the park have got money to do anything with it. So I have a feeling that it won't be long until it's torn down. So that's my top 5 worst 5 coasters, rides that I've ever been on. Leave yours below, let us know below what your worst 5 are. Hope you enjoy it and we'll see you soon.